Esai, you've gone toe-to-toe with Tom Cruise. You've menaced all sorts of people on camera. Can you handle, though, my two-handed backhand?
Well, you know, I spoke to my agent about that. They said they'll make sure that we have insurance, we have enough coverage just in case I get hurt in the process. But, you know, with enough training, with the proper training, you can avoid tragedies.
So good news for you is I hurt my back holding my baby. Really embarrassing story.
Ooh, nice. That's manly, though.
Bad news for you, when I did play 15 years ago, I played a little bit in high school.
Listen, I'm just learning because it's always, you know,
It's just fun.
it's like golf, tennis. You'll always have, you got to work on it, you know.
We'll always be students, won't we?
Always, but I just love it. I'm like a little dog with a ball, like, dude, let's do it again, because it's daunting. When you play in high school, though, you don't think about it as much as a guy like me who's like, wait, dude, is it out? You know, is the form correct?
Yeah.
But once you get it, it's like poetry in motion.
It feels so
beautiful.
good.
Oh, yeah.
All right, interview at the changeover?
You got it.
Right on. So,
Still fun, right?
if I play as much as you, will I do this?
Oh,
How old are you now?
I'm 63.
Dude,
Don't tell anybody.
Incredible.
But I'm working on my gut, and the problem is that when you get so used to playing with the same muscles,
Yeah.
your body just, it doesn't burn off like it used to,
Totally.
especially when we were much younger.
Yeah.
So I have to learn to train other, you know, go to the gym, do other muscle groups, you know, or my coach tells me, you know, you want to be as well-rounded in physical shape, not just the muscles that you're going to use.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you see all the greats, they work out.
Yeah, for
they're
sure.
they're strong. I mean, Alcaraz is a machine. They do band work.
Yeah.
I mean, yoga, balance. It all plays a
And
role.
they say a body is the actor's like instrument, right?
Big time.
So what's the relationship between tennis and your day job,
Wow.
if any?
For me, tennis has kept me sane
Yeah.
in an insane world.
Yeah.
Because I can pour so much of my passion there and not get in trouble like I used to maybe in the past, where you misplace your passions. Whether that's drinking, partying, chasing love, whatever it is, you want a hobby that can burn calories, that can keep your blood flowing, that keeps your hormones, you know, tip-top shape. But the thing is, if you're going to work out hard, you have to replace your minerals. You have to replace what you sweat out. A lot of people may not do that, and they will age prematurely because your body doesn't have what it needs to regenerate.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So who in your time in Hollywood, and that's what, four decades, might be the best tennis player?
Oh my gosh, I don't know, but I do know that the Oliphant brothers. Is it
Oliphant?
Oliphant brothers?
so, right?
They're they're good. Oh, the Van Pattens. You know, Vincent, Jimmy, their brother.
Yeah.
I mean, they have so much love for the game. But as an actor, you know, I hear Leon Robinson, he's gotten into it, and so he and I are like, okay, let's get out there and do it. I mean, look, I'm not the best. I'm not like some guy who's played since he was in diapers. I mean, real maestros, they put a racket in their hands as soon as they can hold one.
Sure.
Like literally 2.5, 3 years old. You know, I envy those folks because they make it look so effortless. But for me, always having to work on something. You know, there's a great quote, it reminds me, it says, the evolving mortal soul is not made divine by what it does, but by what it strives to do. And as long as we strive to get better, as long as we strive to achieve that ever elusive perfect form, you know, it's like you're like a kid. You know, it keeps me young. It's this like joie de vie. You know, I even went out and got my outfit. This is from like a very special line from Italy.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Homo Sport. For the women, it's Donna Sport, and it's just like, I hope I don't look better than my game, but you know what? If you get as
I'll
an
take
actor,
some of that.
Listen, as an actor, if you dress the part, it helps.
I can use some of that.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm going to Desert Smash, buddy,
Oh, really?
today, this afternoon, after here. Yeah.
And what happens there?
Hopefully something not too embarrassing because, as you might be able to hear, I just got my voice back. I had a very bad head, nose, and chest cold, and I haven't been playing too much, so that's why I'm like worn out with a little bit, but not worn out, but I'm just winded. I will try to apply all the incredible notes and lessons that my coach, Chris Crabb, keeping that L shape, keeping the ball in front of you, the racket in front of you, closing into the net, playing with your brain as much as your body. That's half of it right there.
You must be a teacher, and a little bit birdie tells me you are an acting teacher.
Well, I coach because I'm not an official teacher.
You could be a life coach, dude.
But no,
I'm like
seriously.
a better person just talking to you.
All right, I'll give you 20 minutes to cut that out. No, but seriously, what is life for? What is attaining gifts and wisdom for if you can't share it? I don't want to be the only one. I want to be part of a world where all ships rise. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
if the tide rises, all ships rise, big and small. So I think this movie, right? War Machine. It's a fantasy, but who knows? Who knows what is in store for our world? Mm-hmm. And if we're not careful, if we're not together enough as a species, we could be history. So I think the hidden message in all these things is how to come together as the human race, how to come together as human beings instead of fighting each other. If we come together, we can fight our real enemies, whoever they are, and hopefully co-opt them so we're not enemies anymore. But if you want to kill us, then, well, game on.
Let's talk about your craft, your other craft.
Which craft?
You've been at this since the 80s,
since
Bad Boys with Sean Penn, my personal favorite, La Bamba, Bob Morales.
Hey, wow.
So, and now up to this new one, War Machine for Netflix. What is the through line in your art, and what drew you to this project?
Okay, the through line in my art, you mean in what do I look for?
Yeah, what are you looking for?
I look to reflect the human condition with all its details, with all its nuances. Some that are seen immediately and others that are like working on you subconsciously. Put layers in there. When you live so long, you learn to look at life and people in a more detailed manner. And you learn to read the eyes. So as an actor, I want to recreate those moments that people do when they don't think about it. Those unconscious tells, because as I heard once before, most actors love to display their emotions when in real life, most people do everything they can to hide their true feelings. Yeah, so I like nuanced performances, layered performances, and stuff that if you don't want to think, fine, you don't have to, but if you do, we got something for you.
You've played some unforgettable antagonists, Del Rio in Ozark, and did I say that right? Del Rio? Okay, let me take a...
Del.
Yeah, he went by Del.
You've
You've played some unforgettable antagonists, Del in Ozark, Gabriel in the Mission Impossible movies. What makes a compelling villain?
Well, hopefully I.
Yeah, for sure.
To start.
What's your secret sauce?
My secret sauce is just knowing that no villain sees themselves as a villain unless you're a sociopath.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you enjoy hurting other people.
Yeah.
But the fact is that most people, even the most scariest ones, they're fighting for their lives. Mm-hmm. Del in Ozark knew that if he brought you in and you screwed over his bosses, it's not just it's his family that's going on. Mm-hmm. And before anybody takes out my family because of my mistake, I'm going to take out the mistake. Mm-hmm. And that's the idea. So it isn't that he's being evil for the sake of evil. It's like you got your chance, you understood the rules of the game. Mm. You profited handsomely. Mm-hmm. And somehow your partner stole, not just from me, from my bosses, who will kill me and my family. No, there's no room on earth for that kind of mistake. And before you or your partner does it, I'm taking you out. I mean, that's his mentality.
You find the humanity and
you find the humanity and the reason why. Mm. Because both sides of any war think they're in the right. I don't know anybody who goes, we're in the wrong. No. And if you're in the wrong, you're going to be brainwashed to believe you're in the right.
La Bamba is coming up on its 40th anniversary next year.
Yes, sir. Oh, my gosh.
National Film Registry by the U.S. Congress.
Yeah.
And, of course...
La Bamba and Mi Familia also.
Absolutely, that's right. Yeah. And a deeply California cultural piece of art. Why do you think it continues to resonate?
I think because it was made with love, number one. It wasn't one of these things that was looking to capitalize on something else that worked. Okay, let's make another one of those widgets, you know?
Yeah.
It was a story about a very special human being, a young man who who was just at the beginning of his genius.
Richie Valens.
17 years old, he wasn't even of age. And he wrote a handful of hits. Could you imagine, what could have been? And how much his family loved him, and he them. And just, it was that universal kind of tale where a boy in his dreams, tormented by a big brother and his pain,
demons, yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean, the odd thing about that is that both Lou and I were auditioning for each other's parts.
Heard that.
They wanted me to focus on the Richie role, and Lou originally came in on the Bob. But when I read that script, I said, wait a minute. Not only does Bob have all the problems, and I have a very good relationship with problems. It had my name on it.
Right.
I never.
Morales.
When else do you see a Morales? I was thinking that's me, and I ended up playing a combination of my own father and the real Bob Morales. Who I met and really bonded with, and it's just a special family. They love him. Richie is still providing for his family 50, 60 years later. I mean, imagine that.
Yeah.
The love they have for him it's monumental. So it was done by the Valdez brothers, Luis and Daniel, and they picked a cast that really embodied everything in that movie. So I think when a film is made with love, and it's not about, we're going to put this product in here and we're going to make a deal over here and then we're going to get this person who's got 50 million followers. No, you're going to make the best movie you can. It'll reach people emotionally, and it does. And at the end, when I have that iconic, scream, Richie, I've heard that about 2,000 times, no joke.
So I shouldn't make you yell Richie.
No, but I mean, the reality is I couldn't right now because my voice is hoarse, but every time I get that, it's like a mini Oscar. Do you know what I mean? Like I got I got invited into the Academy, and the gentleman that sponsored me met me and said, do you know how close you came to getting a nomination for that? And I'm like, really?
Absolutely. I know fans of that film, myself included, felt you were robbed.
No, but here's the thing. The man who got that passed away not too long after that. God bless him. It was Vincent Gardenia in Moonstruck.
Oh, sure.
And he was wonderful. And I'm sure in his whole life he's given great performances. And that happened to be the year that he got recognized. And I said to myself, you know what? If I get one too soon, it's only downhill from there. So, I figured, let me just keep swinging. And maybe one day I'll get one when another young man did an incredible performance, but has the rest of his career to get one. So you never know. So anyway, the reason I say is every time somebody acknowledges the work and what it meant to them, it's a mini Oscar. And altogether, I'm honored.
So you have played explicitly Latino characters, as well as characters whose background is never addressed.
Yeah.
Was that intentional to play that range?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to be incarcerated by my ethnicity.
Sure.
But I also know there are people who look just like me with Anglo names or non-Latino names, and we don't know or care. We just know their character. I mean, perfect example, wonderful actor, Benjamin Bratt. He's of Peruvian extraction. John Oates. He's, I think, black and white. But he looks Latin. If you call him John Gonzalez, I'm like, oh yeah. The point is, I hopefully will be whoever I am labeled as being. And you could wonder about it, but if I'm doing my job, you're not going to wonder long. You're going to be involved in what is he really up to? What's going on? Who is he? What is he trying to do? Because you always have to stay maybe one step ahead of your audience. Because if they know what you're doing all the time, been there, done that, it's boring. So our craft is to stay maybe a step or two ahead of you. Not too many, because then we lose you. But once the audience is ahead of you, they got you figured out. It's not as interesting as if you keep a degree of mystery about you. If you keep some sort of mystique where you think, just when you think you've got them figured out, oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's an interesting twist. That's entertaining.
4 decades in, what keeps you leaning in?
Joy, passion, love, humanity, the desire to feed my family, and put my kid through a decent education, if not a great one. Just if you think about how many other options between your parents' chromosomes that could have been in your place, how many millions and millions of other combinations, but yours made it. This is a blessing. So for me, is to never take life for granted. Learn as much as you can and share the love, because we're only here for so long in this plane, and maybe we're being prepared for another phase of existence. But I think that this life here is kind of like our soul's embryonic state. The better you leave this existence, the better shape your soul is in, I think the higher a rank you'll get in whatever else is next.
I love it.